What's going on, traders? It's TJ here with Trading Strategy Guides, and in this video I'm going to be showing you our awesome indicator called the simple SAR. So this is a very cool indicator. This has been in our tool belt for quite a while now. Um, it's one of our first indicators that we created, and we just did a recent update on it. Nothing major, just kind of modernizing it a little bit and adjusting a little bit of the money management for it as well. So um, let's go ahead and take a look at it, and we'll just see what's going on under the hood. So this is based off of one of our earlier strategies called the simple SAR, and what it does is use the parabolic SAR, and SAR stands for stop and reverse, and so it's a trend direction indicator. So it senses when the trend is changing directions. It's a very cool indicator. If you haven't seen it before, it's these dots, and if the dots are above, then it's telling you to go short. If the dots are below, then it's telling you to go long. It's telling you the trend is going up. So it's pretty simple to use. It can be a little bit hard to read just because of the dots everywhere all over the chart. When you're looking at it, it can kind of make you a little dizzy just because of all the dots. And the second thing we use is the moving average. We use a fast moving average and a slow moving average, and we're just looking for the moving average cross to be in line with the parabolic SAR direction. So um, once we get the cross and the parabolic SAR is in line with the direction of the cross, then we enter the trade. Very simple. There's also another setting where if you get a reversal, so sometimes you'll see where there's two arrows here. So this one will tell you, this was the original first entry, and then the second entry was when the parabolic SAR kind of reversed temporarily, and then it came back. So parabolic was saying go long here if you look at these dots, and then price kind of reversed, and then parabolic SAR told us, oh no, it's going this way, but then it recovered and started going in this direction again. So it's just looking back, making sure it's not too many candles since the cross, and it's looking for a quick direction reversal for the parabolic SAR. So that's why you see those two candles there once in a while. And if all that's too confusing, you can read the documentation. It's very clear and concise and very good for understanding the tool. So we've got, also we have this triangle cross here. So when the moving averages are pointing out into the future, we just have this dotted line that connects these two moving averages and kind of shows where they could be meeting up. It's kind of a leading indicator, could be telling you when the trend is about to change again. So it just kind of gives you this idea to be ready. We could be seeing a reversal. And so let's go ahead and dive into the settings really quick, and we'll show you what we've got going on under the hood. So we've got the fast moving average and the slow moving average settings. So these are grouped into settings. So you see the little stars, they just denote that this is the settings for that particular feature. So fast moving average settings, you can change the period, the method, the applied price, and whether you want to draw it on the chart. So these are all standard moving average settings if you're familiar with that. If not, I suggest that you kind of look into how moving averages work because that goes beyond the scope of this video. But so I'm sure if you've been trading a while, you're pretty familiar with how moving averages work. So you can choose between simple, exponential, smooth, and linear weighted moving averages, and then you can change how the price is applied as well, whether you want close, open, high, low, median, typical, or weighted. So you've got all those settings you can kind of play around with if you would like. These are the standard default settings, 80 for the slow, 20 for the fast, and they work pretty well. Not to say that they're perfect, or maybe uh, the day chart has better settings for one, and the 1 hour chart has better settings for another. You can play around with that, but overall, these two settings are pretty good. Parabolic SAR, this is the default. We don't really suggest changing the parabolic SAR default settings, but you're free to. We've made it an option that you can if you would like to. You can also draw it on the chart as well with everything else. You can choose, if you don't want to see any of the indicators on the chart, you just want to see the signals, you can turn all those off. And then I was explaining to you about the supercross. So the supercross is just when you have that moving average cross and the parabolic SAR says to give you the green light at the same time. Um, so you can have that to true. If you think that that's getting you in trades too early, you can just turn it off. And then you can just use the reverse, which is where you get a signal. You get a moving average cross, but then price reverses directions really quick, and then it reverses back again. And then you can choose how many bars it's going to look back. So if there you had a moving average cross, and then you get the reversal after 50 candles, then it's not going to give you the go ahead because it's only looking back 20 candles. But you can change this as well. The moving average triangle builder, you can turn that on and off if you'd like, and you can also change the amount of candles it's looking back as well. Here's our recent update, is the stop loss and take profit. So we've made it so you can calculate an ATR. We just find that ATR is a really good general price management indicator. So it just gives you the average true range of the price movement. So if you're we like to do a multiplier of the ATR. So you can, it's by default, it's a 2 multiplier. So if price on average moves 100 points, you're going to set your stop loss for 200 points, just to give yourself that buffer. And then your take profit is set at a default of 4 ATR, which would be a 400 point target. But the reason this is so good is it works across all time frames. So on the 15-minute chart it might be 50 points, and on the day chart it might be 500 points. So it'll adjust that accordingly so that you don't have to manage it each time you change the chart. And it changes across currency pairs as well, because 100 points in the euro dollar is much different than 100 points in the dollar yen. And then also we've made it so you can use risk to reward ratio. So if you just set this to true, it kind of forgets the take profit on these and just applies a risk to reward calculation. So if you want a 5 or a 45, 5 to 1 risk to reward, then you've got this. So if your take profit, or if your stop loss is 100 points, it's going to be a 500 point target. And then these, you can just change the colors and then your alerts and everything there. So as you can see, this is a pretty simple indicator, but it's been a really good one. We've got a ton of really good feedback on this thing. People seem to really love it over the years, and we love it too. It works really well. And as a little added bonus to this, I just want to emphasize, this is just another product that we've got. This is another one we've had for quite a while, but we've really made it awesome in the last year or so. And this is the Epic Money Management tool. And what this does is it takes all the pain out of trading your strategies with MetaTrader. So as you guys are aware, MetaTrader makes it really difficult for trading, for taking managing your position size and calculating your profit and your risk, especially your risk, because sometimes, you might want to enter a one lot and you realize that you've just risked, $5,000 or something like that. Um, and that can be really annoying and it can be really frustrating because then you got to get your calculator out and you got to figure out how many. I can't even remember how to calculate the position size because I've been using the Epic for so long. But you got to whatever, divide by 9, multiply by 87, add 2, and it was just so annoying. So we made this tool and it just makes trading so much easier. And so all you have to do is say, oh, look, I've got a buy signal on the simple SAR. I want to enter this trade. So all you do is just hit buy. It'll give you a warning, which you can turn off if you want to enter quicker. And you just hit yes. And there, you've entered the trade. It manages your money. I know how much my risk right now is set to 1%, which, as you can see, my account balance on this demo account is $9,500, and so I'm risking $95 on this trade. You can see what your stop loss is, where your take profit is. You can push the levels button, which will show you your levels of where your take profit is and your stop loss and where your price entry is at. So it's a really good tool. You can check it out. We've got another really good demo video on it if you're curious on how it works. But it's a really, really amazing tool, and we highly recommend it. So if you're looking to get into the simple SAR and you don't want to manage your risk yourself and you want a good trade management tool, this is the best one out there. So we have updated this countless times and we will continue updating it. We've already got more updates in the works and uh, it's just an amazing tool. So you guys really need to check it out. And once you've gotten your copy of the Simple SAR, then go ahead and pick up your Epic Money Management tool. So hope this was helpful to you guys. Hope you guys are really interested in this, and I really highly recommend both of these products. And so thanks for watching and happy trading.